Hey guys, and welcome to yet another speed build. A speed build that wasn't meant to happen today, but I was so damn quick at building this that I'm releasing it. So you're welcome. This build wasn't supposed to be out for, I think, another week or so. Yeah, another week. But I totally crashed and burned on another build that I was meant to be having out today. Actually, not today, like for Saturday or something. No, Friday. So I did this instead. You know, and it's one of those days where you try and build something. I was kind of procrastinating starting another build. I'll tell you what it is because it's actually never going to come to the channel. So it was meant to be a winter chateau. It's like this amazing medieval castle. Well, original medieval, but built later in, I think, the 18th century. Yeah. And it's this amazing castle. I can't remember what the name is, but this chateau is owned by like multiple, I think it's like 75,000 or 25,000 people own the chateau. To like, it got sold for like 50 euros each. They could buy a part of the chateau and they're just gonna preserve it. But it looks amazing. It's in the middle of a lake, so it's just completely on water. There are so many images of it on Pinterest and it looks gorgeous in the snow, and that's what I wanted to do, was actually have a winter build because I haven't had one. But yeah, I decided it's not going to look good in The Sims because it's very simple, but it's also blocky. And when I do blocky, I like to have lots of decoration on it because it stops it looking so chunky, you know? But yeah, unfortunately that didn't work out and I was kind of frustrated and like, I've wasted a whole day, what have I done? And I just took a breather. We just took a breath, got a cup of tea because tea solves everything. Got a cup of tea, was like, okay, what else from my scheduled videos can I do instead? Can I record instead? And it ended up being this one. And can I say that, like, you know when you think everything works out for a reason, there's a reason for everything, that would be this build, because this was supposed to be a build for Tiny Living, which I could get early access for Tiny Living tomorrow, so I'm going to start building tomorrow on it. But yeah, this was supposed to be for Tiny Living, and at the end of this I was like, let me count how many tiles are on this, because it's 100 to count as a tiny residential, and this has 200 tiles on it. So good job that the other one fell through, because this one worked out perfectly. Actually, I could have done this house a little bit wider, actually. You know, just for the living room, just have like one tile more, but then the proportions of the building would be out. It's really weird sometimes translating IRL builds into The Sims. It's just a little frustrating sometimes, but yeah, I was really happy with how this went. Of course, there is the bathroom in this. I suppose I should do the whole spiel about what custom content in this. Yes, there is custom content. I've actually only put the bathroom, the kitchen, and I think maybe my 5k follower, gift bundle set thing, follower gift set. So those are the only 3 sets. So if you aren't a patron of Felix's and you don't have the bathroom yet, you can decide to get on early access, of course. I would be most appreciative. But if you want to wait, you'll be able to use this build on the 5th of February because the bathroom will be free on the 5th of February. So yeah, in the end, this will be a build that you can use without having to pay any extra, if you get what I mean. That was my whole entire point to that long rambling thing. But yeah, so this build is called Farnsworth House, and it is by Mies van der Rohe, and well, he made the Barcelona chair. Sorry, I'm gonna say it properly. Barcelona. He made the Barcelona chair for the, what was it, the Barcelona Pavilion? I don't know, actually. I don't think it's called Barcelona chair. Isn't it like MR? I don't know. Anyway, that chair is also in the bathroom set, and I was like, it would only make sense to do a Mies van der Rohe actual build to go with the chair. So basically there's an entire house just so I can use the chair. I know. I do this all the time. I'm like, I want to use this one piece of CC. Let me do an entire build for it. But I suppose you benefit too. You know, you get more builds because I just want to use one item. So yeah, the chair is featured in this build quite a few times. But yeah, this one, I think this house was built in I think it started being built in 1945. It was for, I think, a doctor, this female doctor, American of V, and she actually filled this house with like Victorian furniture, like really, really tasteless stuff. Like she got this amazing building built for her and then decided to fill it with disgusting stuff. I watched a little quick history of the building, by the way. This is why I'm actually knowledgeable on this for once. And then she sold it to some English dude. And he decided to get rid of all of the Victorian chintzy frilly stuff and brought it back to what it probably was supposed to be when it was designed. So lots of Mies van der Rohe furniture in there and all that stuff. Obviously I only have, I think, the Barcelona chair and the lounger from Mies van der Rohe in my game, so that's all we had to put in there. So we don't have like the dining chairs and stuff, but I think we did pretty well with the content that we have. So yeah, I just wanted this one to be like it was au naturel. No such thing as landscaping, because this house is in the middle of a forest, or I think maybe even a national park. I think it's in the middle. Yeah, it's just in the middle of the wilderness, so it's meant to be au naturel. So I went into debug and got out as many of the wild plants as possible to make it really fit in there. I did end up trying to get a few plants from Outdoor Retreat, but they didn't actually go, so I got rid of them. So yeah, these are all of the wild plants that are around already. I tried to look and find all of the trees that are there surrounding it. I hope it kind of looks natural. It's weird because the world, they always have a clear space so that you have, I don't know, a good view during gameplay, so your view of your house is not blocked by trees in the world that you can't move. So it's really weird. You kind of have this space and then you suddenly have another clump of trees on this lot, but I think it works well. When you're doing this kind of landscaping, what I keep in mind is just trying to be as random as possible. Putting stuff without thinking makes it look 10 times better and more natural than really, really thinking out and considering. Normally I find some kind of shape happens naturally. Like at the front of the house, it just ended up that it was kind of like a path, a clear path towards the steps going up, and there was this extra kind of pointy bit and it just kind of flowed. After I finished a build, I did actually attempt to go and put in maybe like a natural pool at the front, which isn't how it is for the real building, but I thought maybe it needs a little bit more detail, but I ended up not keeping it. I thought, no, it doesn't need a pool. It just needs to be a natural landscape. So yeah, it is pretty much a long build, like lengthways. I went to go and take the screenshots of it and I was like, oh no. Because of this platform at the front, to get the whole entire building, it just, you need to pan out quite a lot. So I end up taking all my screenshots, not showing all of the build because you can get in a little bit closer. But it's always kind of, as someone that has to make a house look good for you guys to click on the thumbnail, I never get that mix right. I'm just like, I'd rather have it that you have a nice build in your game than maybe for it to just look so good for the thumbnail. But I suppose I need it to look good for both. I need you to click on it to actually know that the build exists, so therefore you can have a cute looking build in your game. If that makes sense. But anyway, onto the interior. I tried to pick stuff that was almost as Bauhaus as I could possibly find with in-game content. I didn't have any like CC chairs that I thought would go for this. very much Bauhaus would be like some kind of chrome was a big feature. I thought like a chrome dining chair with leather, like a leather seat or something like that would be perfect. But I completely lucked out with those dine out chairs. They are the identical colour to the Mies van der Rohe Barcelona chairs that come with the bathroom. I don't know how we did this, but look, you cannot tell any difference. Like, they're the exact colour. I don't know what happened. I'm pretty sure that colour is I think it's the medium wood tone. That colour is, and I really like it because it looks like leather and it matches the ones that came with City Living, which I just like, yay. I first of all was going to do them in orange. I would like a kind of stronger tan colour, I was thinking, but I was like, no, I like this. And then it just happened to match with the Barcelona chairs that I plan to use. I think we can have like a Barcelona word count on this video. I'm sorry, I apologise. But yeah, it was a bit of a struggle to try and fit everything in. The layout is not identical to the real life house because, it's The Sims and the struggle is real. I think the one in real life, it would be slightly wider, but if I made this house wider, it just didn't look right to me. The width of it looked good, but it just meant there was a little bit less space. I think 2 tiles wider and you would have had all the space in the world. Also, the most annoying thing ever is the kitchen in here. The cabinets on the wall end up, I don't know what happened, but they end up being so dark. Like, they're darker than they're supposed to be as it is when you look at them now. And the one in the corner is like the correct colour, but it looks like it's glowing. But by the end of the time I finished the build, the things are like almost black, the cabinets. So I'm just, the struggle is real sometimes when you create something and you want it to look perfect, and then the game can't handle what you're trying to do. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be working personally myself on another kitchen set. It will be one of the first sets that I'll be releasing on Patreon when I finally do like kind of properly launch. I have set up my Patreon already, but it's just set up for donations. If you wanna just send me a token that you appreciate my content, there is a tier set up for that. But once I get all of my custom content, I will be adding in like a $5 tier so that you guys can get early access and all that stuff. But that's a few months away now because I'm concentrating for the rest of the month on YouTube to try and bulk record. I'm trying to divide my time out a little bit better, like blocking out like things and doing them all together. For example, today I'm going to be batch recording the new build club that is going to be launching. It's going to be launching, I think, on Friday. Yep, Friday is going to be the first video, so get ready for that. Stretch those arms and those muscles, whatever muscles you use for building, I don't know. But yeah, the first part of that will be up on Friday. And yes, it will have face cam. There's going to be more face cam this year because it makes me actually get dressed. So I think this is a win-win. You get to connect with me a little bit better, I suppose, and I actually make an effort and get dressed. So yeah, I'm going to be doing face cam with those. I'm going to be recording them all today, and I will be doing like the opportunity to kind of vote on, I'm thinking maybe voting on what the next build is that we build together, but I'm not actually sure how that's going to work with the whole batch recording thing, so that may have to go down the drain. But I'll definitely be doing, if I do manage to do it as a vote, I'll probably put it up on the community tab once the first part is launched. We'll decide what we're going to build the next time. But yeah, this little bedroom here is not a kind of bedroom I've ever done before, just having it's all technically one room, this entire house, but I love this little area. This is not what the real life one looks like. It's got huge, massive cabinets that block off the bedroom from the living room. And I was just like, no, this divider, it divides the space up, but still it doesn't make you claustrophobic. Whereas if I put all cabinets there, it would look really claustrophobic and the walls would basically close in. But with those dividers, which I do love using them now, it's just like a feature. You still get the light goes through and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm very much a fan of those dividers. They're just gorgeous. I will say, just a quick note, we have realised since releasing the bathroom that the table is not in tables, I don't think. If you go by category, you can't find that gorgeous side table. So if you search by bathroom, you'll find it. And also if you go into, you can divide stuff up by the room. If you go into the bedroom and you click on the side tables, it's there. But also you can't eyedrop it. I'm not sure what happened, but that will be fixed for when we go to the public release. Basically this month is like any errors or anything that you find with the CC, please let us know so that we can fix it in time for the public release, because of course there's going to be a whole lot more people downloading it when it's for free. But yeah, so I really did like doing this kind of living area. It was great. The cabinets on the wall are just like they are in the real build, and I loved putting the TV up. There is not a TV like that in the real build, by the way. And also putting those city living bookshelves there. Your Sims will still be able to use the bookshelves. Normally, it really doesn't matter how high or what you do with a bookshelf, it seems to always work for your Sims in game. So yeah, super duper happy with the way that this turned out, and that it didn't take me an age. I was pleasantly surprised. I thought my day was going to be a total washout yesterday, when you're just like, this day is awful, and I could have just done nothing with the rest of my day and gone, oh, I'll start again tomorrow. But I was like, no, let's just regroup and start this build. And I did, and it turned out good, and I'm just like, yes, I'm happy. So yeah, I'm still trying to get back into the groove of building, because this is only the second speed build of the year, so still a little bit not in full flow, but we'll get there eventually. There is 2 bathrooms in this, because there'll be like the private bedroom one and then the one for guests, but they are both the same size. I could have just made this one maybe 1 tile shorter and then had a bigger personal bathroom, but we decided to leave it like that. Oh, and we got to use these curtains. There are curtains just like this in the real build as well, so I was happy to get to use these, and they just kind of block out little corners. For some reason at this end of the build where the bedroom is, the lighting is just a little bit crazy. When I put the shelves in, they were like glowing, almost fluorescent, the tops of the shelves. I'm not too sure why, but yeah, they were. So lighting was a little bit strange. But this is on a 40 by 30 lot in Windenburg. I think it's called the Summer House lot or something like that, or Summer Home. I'm sure that's what's normally here on the 40 by 30 lot. And yeah, I was going to do it in Granite Falls and do it like a 50 by 50 and do all this woodsy landscaping around it. But I was like, do you know what? Who lives in Granite Falls? Not a lot of people, unless you have the mod that allows you to live there. So I thought, as much as I want it to look cute and have all this landscaping around it, I'm going to do it on a smaller lot so that you guys can actually use it for your regular gameplay. So yeah, it's in Windenburg, 40 by 30, and I think it fits in here really well as well. It still has the same kind of vibes as Granite Falls, so I'm definitely going to be building on this a little bit more often. I normally go to Granite Falls for all my super duper modern builds, but I think Windenburg actually can handle them too, and Windenburg is my favourite world of all time. I love Windenburg. More worlds like Windenburg, and I would be very, very happy bunny. I would like a fully expanded city, like the main town city bit of Windenburg. I love it. I think everyone from Europe probably loves Windenburg, because I think it's a great blend of multiple places in Europe, so it's non-specific. I think like Brightchester is a bit more specific to Holland. I think it's very specific to there. I know I've done some British builds in there, but I've only done like the pub because you couldn't really see the background and the surrounding houses too much, so I could get away with it. I know the weather is meant to be like the UK, but the world isn't so much. It's more like Holland. So yeah, this is a little change up from the IRL build, by the way. Out here I wanted to do like some seating out here to make it useful, put that fire pit there to be all cozy, but I did put the dividers out here as well just to kind of block it out, and just add a little tiny bit more detail. So that's the kind of only difference I've done to the shape of it, compared to the IRL build. But you know, this is kind of a build to show off everything in the bathroom again. So yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see what I have planned to combine the bathroom with tiny living. I have a really, really, really special build. I don't know if it's special, but it's kind of, I can't wait for the screenshots. I can't wait for the screenshots of it. I'm not too sure what lot I'm going to put it on though, because it would be another one that looked amazing in Granite Falls. But maybe I can find another lot in Windenburg to do it on instead. And yeah, I'm apprehensively excited to get started with Tiny Living. As I said, I get the game tomorrow and I'm excited. Yes, it is patch day tomorrow as well, so good luck for all of you guys that have CC and mods. You know, every patch day fills us with worry, but good luck, and please remember to update your mods. And I also hope nothing breaks so that we have to update the kitchen or the bathroom, because patches are like the worst day for CC creators. It's like, oh my god, what's gonna break? Please, nothing, please. I don't think anything is gonna break. I don't think they're adding in any extra special details onto regular items in the game, but yeah. And also I'm gonna actually have to build my first tiny home, because as I said, this has double the amount of space that you would be allowed to be considered a tiny residential. It is based on the foundation, so also that platform at the front that we just literally, you put nothing on there, but that counts towards your total tile amount that you're allowed. So I suppose a way to get around that would for it to be flat on the floor and just do tiles on the floor instead of raising it up. But you know, aesthetics, darling. We'll rather have it look good than keep to the tile limit for this one, and this is not for tiny living. But yeah, I've finally come up with my CC free option for my first build, so let's see if it looks good. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone, some may say, but I do like a challenge, so we're gonna do it. Anyway, onto this. I did build this kind of all over the place. I didn't really stick to one section at a time. Because it was small enough to kind of decorate everything together, I just kind of darted everywhere and just put little bits as I thought of it. I did originally start off by having the dining table to the right hand side as you come through the doors, but that's where it is in the real life one. But it just made more sense to add it over to the left, and then I could put a little desk and office area there because it was a lot smaller space. It just made sense to put the table right next to where the kitchen is. So yeah, this is the end. All screenshots. Thank you so much for watching. This is available on the gallery, on my Tumblr, link in the description, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye guys.
Even if I told you I I could never let you go. I am not so sure you believe me, but if I mean to show you, I will never let you go. No, I don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me. Oh, everything makes total